So I'm just gonna come out and say it, man. This generation of gaming, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. This is the worst generation in terms of gaming I have ever seen in the 40 years that I have been gaming on this earth. I can't even begin to tell you how absolutely depressing it is to be a gamer nowadays. Like it absolutely is depressing. If you guys are coming in, hit the like, subscribe button. You might not like what I'm about to say, and you might not want to subscribe. In fact, if you're a subscriber, you might want to unsubscribe. But yeah, so if you guys aren't aware, or maybe you haven't been paying attention, I haven't been doing a lot of content here on the channel other than our bi-weekly podcast that we do, RSG Live. And that's because I am depressed at the state that gaming is in now. We got Gamescom going on, and we just found out about 4 or 5 days ago that the PlayStation 5 is going up in price. The base unit is going up to 550. I believe the digital is going up to 5, and the Pro is going up to 750. That's absolutely insane. The fact that the base unit and the digital base unit both went up, like the digital unit was $400 at launch. I remember, like, everybody's like, "Oh man, you're getting a PS5 all digital for $400." Like, that was a pretty good deal. Just like the Xbox Series S was a really good deal. And then everything went up. And I don't want to hear this whole tariff and stuff, like, because this stuff was going, tariffs had nothing to do with with PlayStation increasing the prices of games from $60 to $70. Has nothing to do with tariffs. Okay, now I'm not saying tariffs is this make-believe thing. I am fully aware that tariffs is a thing, but you know what else is the thing? Economic problems right now. Like I cannot sit here and justify spending $70 to $80 on a video game when my light bill is expensive, my water bill is expensive, my gas, my groceries, all these things, the cost of living is expensive. And now you are constantly raising the prices of like 5 to 6 year old hardware. Like, back in my day, consoles got cheaper year after year. And if you aren't one of the people that are able to pick one up on day one, be an early adopter, well, if you wait like 2 years, normally you can get it for almost half the price. This is the first generation I have ever seen in the 4 decades that I have been gaming that a game console that is 5 years old increased in price. What are we talking about? The Switch, the original Switch, not the Switch 2, the original Switch went up in price. The Xbox went up in price. The PlayStation went up in price. What are we doing? The prices of these games are like at an all-time high. And I don't want to hear about if you go back in the day and just for inflation, blah, blah, blah. Dude, we did not have to worry about how we're going to pay our rent back then like we do now. There are like gas. I spent $40 in gas, and I have a very, very gas-friendly car that does not take a lot to fill up, and it cost me $40 to fill up my gas just to go back and forth through the week. My light bill's high, groceries are high, eggs are like $12 a dozen. Like, what are we talking about? And now we get into a point where games are just getting. Here's the thing. I'm gonna lay it right out right. There hasn't been a lot of content on the channel because I have not been eager to talk about the content. The few games that have shown that I like are too expensive for me to buy. I don't know if they're even coming out. They're probably going to be buggy when they come out. So why would I even bother talking about it, reporting on it, if I have all these different problems? All these different problems. We were constantly getting games left and right getting canceled. Now we're hearing that Crimson Desert might not even be a real thing. It might end up not coming out. Unless it's like a little indie game, like the upcoming He-Man game or Marvel's Cosmic Invasion, stuff like that I know is going to be valued between $25 to $30, and I know that these games are going to come out, and I know what to expect. I'm not spending the money on these games. I'm just not. It's hard for me to be excited for Resident Evil 9 when these games are coming out at a price point that I just cannot justify. So I wait for sales and I get these games when they go on sale because by then all the bugs are fixed, the game is working properly, and it's at an affordable and cheap price point that I know that I am getting my money's worth. The gaming industry is an absolute wreck right now. Absolute wreck. Like we have consoles going up in price that are like half a decade old. Games are way too expensive, and these are digital games. Has nothing to do with tariffs. So the digital copies should be cheaper if you want to use the tariff excuse. It's just it's not really very friendly for the gamers nowadays. And for me, as a gamer, someone who's been gaming for like I said, 4 decades and had every console, it makes me sad. It really does. We're gonna get more into this on Storms or RSG Live this coming Sunday. RSG Live, me and DJ, we're gonna get into this, but it's really hard for me to enjoy Gamescom when you show off this Xbox handheld that looks awesome that I reported on this channel that I'm like, man, I'm gonna get this day one, and then finding out this thing doesn't have a price point because they're scared to show the sticker, which is gonna be like about $1,000, $900 to $1,000 for this handheld. Gaming is no longer a hobby that is consumer friendly. These corporations want to try to milk every single dime out of you, and when you have bills and you have so many things that in real life you have to pay just in order to live, you can't justify spending that much money on a hobby. This is no longer a hobby that anyone can afford. Unless you are running an Xbox One or a PS4 that you picked up at like a pawn shop for $100 and you're playing free to play games like Fortnite, it's the only way you can afford games. I've been going back and playing Xbox One because I just have a bunch of Xbox 360 games that are in my back catalog that I didn't complete. So I'm like, okay, now it's time to hit the back catalog because I can't afford any of these new games. Even with Game Pass, I had to cancel my Game Pass because it's just getting to a point where I am spending money that I can't necessarily justify spending. So I just been going back and playing old PlayStation games, old Xbox games, and PC games. Games that are on sale for $5 to $10 or games that are already in my backlog that now is the perfect time for me to complete because the gaming landscape is too much money in order for it to be a hobby that I can justify. I can't. I just can't justify spending money on it. It's just way too much money. But anyway, this was a rant that is going to go in more detail on Sunday on RSG Live, but I just felt like I needed to get some kind of content out there so you guys kind of know where my mindset is. It's hard to put out content on something you love when you are depressed about the thing that you love and you no longer love it because you see the direction that the industry is going. That's sort of my mindset. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Please click the like and subscribe button, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.